What's up, you guys? I'm Love from a Leo. I told you guys I'll be making more just like sit down and speaking from the heart videos. And today I did my reading. Today I do a reading every day for myself, just to see what's, gonna happen, or not necessarily what's gonna happen, but it's kind of the energy of how the day's gonna go. And a lot of Virgo-y type of cards came up, and even in the zodiac oracle thing, my Virgo card came out. Well, it was Leo, but it was to say you need to tone in. Anyways, I'll explain. Um, Excuse how I look right now. Like, yeah, she looks a mess, but it'll get better. So yeah, I've been really, really on my Virgo-ish today. Just staying really closed off and kind of quiet. I'm not gonna lie. But I just wanted to talk about being a Leo Virgo sun, and then having a Virgo moon, and then Gemini rising. But I'm just gonna really focus on the Leo Virgo sun. Um, I'm a cusp, so that means that I have um, both, like both of those are infused together because the day I was born on, I was born August 22nd, 22. And so it can be really rough at times to be a Leo and a Virgo. And a lot of my life, my earlier years, I was really like super, super Leo, like pretty much to the max. And the older I got, the more Virgo-y I got, especially in high school. Like I literally became a hermit. And that could have been just because of the things that were happening in my life at that time. But I really feel like it was like the transition for me to see what being a cusp is all about, really transforming and then trying to learn how to mix both of whatever you are. You know what I mean? So being a Leo and a Virgo is tough. I've looked it up. It's not tough in a bad way, but it can be really hard to balance out certain things because they're so different. They're so different, but in the same, they're really alike. It's really crazy how it works, but um, they call it the cusp of exposure. And I think just reading about it, I was saying like, yeah, the exposure is because Leo is really about taking that spotlight and making their will be whatever their will is what's going to be done. If they're doing it the right way. And then Virgo is like analyzing it and being really detailed and helping and compassionate. And so sometimes I feel like it can be really hard for me to balance what I want versus what I feel that I need to help others with. And naturally, I attract a lot of people that need help. Everyone needs help, but I mean, I feel like I attract those who I personally can help with. Like their issues. I feel like there's something that I can do to help them. And I noticed growing up that was something that I did quite often. Um, and sometimes that can be good because you do meet a lot of people who are hurt but have a lot of good in them. But then sometimes you meet people who are so hurt that they still are hurting others without really knowing it. And that can be really, really tough for me being a Leo because my pride is my everything. And sometimes being a Virgo, you have to put your pride aside to help. And so what I'm basically trying to say is my whole being is about balancing my exposure, who I'm exposed to, who I help, um, who I'm around. Being the sun, you kind of can't help but have those come around you. But then with that Virgo, I really feel like it's supposed to be like, I have to really analyze who I allow to be in my circle. I have to analyze who I want to help or who I choose to be an angel to as a Virgo. Um, and then being a Gemini rising, Gemini is all about mental. So I have Mercury both sitting there in my three signs, but Gemini is also about balancing. The twins, and my Sun and Moon sign, Leo, Virgo, like total opposites. Gemini is kind of the same way, and so I feel like my whole being is about balancing. Um, and it can be rough. And I know every sign has their issues, but I can only speak for mine. And today I'm just feeling really Virgo-y, so I don't know if I'm just getting too deep within my self-analysis, but um, I think this is, things, whenever I have these thoughts and I'm always talking to myself in my head and I always want to have a conversation about it, and I can't really find these videos on YouTube. So I'm like, hey, why don't I just, put it up there? And then, you know, Mercury. So yeah, technology is kind of my thing. So I do a lot of writing, and a lot of my outlet is deals with technology and speaking, and sometimes being bold. Very creative energy, but sometimes when I feel like my pride is down, or if I feel not as confident from my Leo side, I can really retreat and not post or not have an outlet, and then not tell anyone either, because you know Virgos don't usually do that anyways. But it can be really tough. It can be really tough, you know. And not to say that things are bad, but I am analyzing the good and the bad, so that, because I feel like once I know what's bad about my situation, I can fix it. That's really how I look at things. So, not to be negative, it's not negative. It's just some things that I have to work through. So, um, yeah. So if you guys can kind of, especially if you are a Leo Virgo cusp, I will be talking about other stuff and other signs and planets and different placements and things. Um, but if you can really relate to this Leo Virgo cusp thing, um, or even just if you're a cusp and you have like polar opposite signs, let me know. I really do want to do more research on it, and see, you know, different people's experiences. These heart to heart talks really are for us to start a conversation. So I would really appreciate if you guys would leave comments so I know I'm not alone. That's so crazy, like that I even said that. But I really do admire and value the beauty of the good in social media, or the good in technology. You know, everything isn't good about it, but in times like this, it really does help. You know, technology has saved my life numerous times. Meeting certain people who turned out to be very, very prevalent in my life, or meeting friends, or just learning, because I love to learn. You know, that Virgo real just, when I get to myself, I just start click clacking away and researching and writing, and you know, and it never ends. So I really do appreciate, you know, that Leo and me would love for you guys to interact with me, and to, you know, want to gather and want to talk about these things. So again, if you have any experiences with a cusp that's like a crazy cusp, or if you just know what it feels like to need to find the balance and try to learn yourself, but you're still trying to go with the everyday life, it can be kind of rough. But it's very doable, you know, and I feel like it's important for when we as humans have these issues in our lives, or these things that we're working on. I think it's important, especially if you're spiritual, to really, you know, try to connect. You know, we all know that we're energy, so the energy you put out is what you get back. So don't take this as anything negative. I like to talk about, you know, the darker aspects of things sometimes too, because there's always a beauty in it, and there's always light that comes after the dark. So I never get too afraid to talk about, you know, what's going on, or the things that need to be fixed, because I know it's going to be fixed eventually, and you can't do any fixing if you can't look at what's wrong, you know. So if you guys are ever wondering, like, if I don't act like a Leo all the time, I am a Leo Virgo cusp, so very polar opposites sometimes, and sometimes they really do clash. But when I learn how to work my magic together, and when I learned when to be quiet, and when I learned when to speak up, it really has changed a lot of things for me. Um, and I feel like a lot of you guys can relate to that, you know. So again, if you have anything you would like to say, leave a comment down below. I will be doing more of these videos, because I feel like it's very therapeutic, and I feel like the people who need to find them will find them, and we can have a connection and a talk, and enlightenment. It's all about love and light, you know. Everything I say on here, I try to do it with, it comes from my heart, you know. I'm Leo dominant in my chart, by the way, so I am very Leo-ish, but I do have other parts to me, just like everyone else, of course. You know, there's different layers to different people, and I just think it's really important to really understand, and also spread the word so other people can understand as well, and it can spark a light, you know, turn on a light for someone else in a totally different way that I never would have imagined. And I think that's what being a part of the human race is all about, you know, connecting and sharing experiences, learning what we need to fixing them, working together, learning what it's like to not have each other, so that we value having each other. I think all of that is very important. And I really I really speak from the heart. I'm very, very blunt. And I like to my Mercury is in Leo, so sometimes I can, whatever I believe or whatever I'm trying to communicate, I'm really stern about it, and that can come off as bossy or sassy. But um, like I said, I think it's really important to get to know people's signs and astrology and all those things, because it's so interesting how they all play a part, you know. Um, but yeah, you guys, I was just on my little Leo-Virgo soapbox right now, and my moon sign is in Virgo too, so got a lot of Virgo energy. And today I was just feeling real Virgo-y, like just real, like you see how I'm dressed, you know. I look a mess. But this is when I'm like this is when my most comfortable, you know. I have my books back there and everything. Like basically when I'm in my little lion's cave and no one's around, you know, as a Leo. But being a Virgo, it's like I really, really love being to myself, because I feel like I have a lot of enlightenment when I do that. And then when I go and have that spotlight as a Leo, I'm more confident in it because I know myself a little bit more, and I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. If you guys can relate, leave a like below. But yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you can relate or if you have anything to say, please leave it down below. I would love to interact. I leave all of the ways that you can, you know, connect with me down below. I think I'm actually going to start an Instagram page just for this spirituality stuff, you know, because I really think I can find some really, really cool people, you know, in the metaphysical world, and just people who have the same mindset, you know. I am a Gemini rising, so I do value those who think like me, so, or at least think different, you know. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for staying and, you know, listen to me talk, and hopefully we can start a conversation and we can start, you know, enlightening others, and we can really, really just get to know each other, you know. I feel like it's important to know people that you're allowing to read for you or allowing to be a part of your life in any type of way. I think that's really important. And I'll start putting, you know, spell stuff that I do, oils, baths, rituals, deity offerings, knowledge that I'm acquiring, you know, just through experience, just like a lot of you guys. This YouTube is, this channel is just my life, and right now it's not as open as I would like it to be, you know, because I do want to connect with you guys on a different level. But we'll get there. My whole life is about, you know, finding the correct balance of exposure, so the cusp of exposure. So we'll figure it out. And I just hope you guys, you know, stay with me during this, and I think a lot of good things will happen from this. I think I'll meet a lot of good people. I know that I'll find those who really, really inspire me, if it's already happened before, you know. But again, I invite you to come on this journey with me, and I love each and every one of you who support me, and even those who don't support me, I know that you're here for a reason, so to show me something about myself. So I value you as well. Thank you guys so much for being here and listening to me. I am Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until the next video, we'll see what comes out of my mouth next time. Okay, bye.